Hi everyone. Here's a bird feeder I just made using thrift store glass. I used candlesticks and plates, wine glass, candy dishes, and put it all together and made this pretty bird feeder. And I want to show you how I made this. Okay, I'm going to make a bird feeder today using these items that I bought at thrift stores. It's going to be really simple. I've got this candy dish with a lid, which is, look at that, it's really pretty. And I've got these cobalt blue dishes, and I've got a wine glass, marbles, and a candlestick holder. And I'm going to make this into a bird feeder. Okay, for the bird feeders I usually use epoxy. I'm using a Gorilla Glue epoxy today. I usually use JB Weld, but they didn't have any, so I'm using Gorilla Glue. So the first thing I'm going to glue together is I'm going to use the lid on this candy dish, and I'm going to put this on top of here to hold it up, and then I'm going to put a hook on the top here. But first I'm going to glue this on here, and I'm going to put some blue marbles inside of there to give it a little extra color. So I'll do that first. Okay, I was able to put 9 marbles in there, and that'll look like that. So that looks nice. So I'll go ahead and mix up the epoxy. I don't need too much for this one. Okay, just mixing up a little bit. It dries really fast. Just putting it right where the glass touches. Okay. Okay, now this is the bottom of the candy dish. I'm going to go ahead and put this wine glass in here, and that's going to go in there like that. So I'll mix up some epoxy. Alright, I'll put that on the bottom of the wine glass. Centered. There's sandhill cranes flying over. They're noisy. Okay. Alright. So let that dry. And one more thing I'm going to glue together is, this is going to be the bottom. It's going to go underneath this, like that. And I'm going to actually glue this onto here, just as decoration. So I'm going to go ahead and glue that together. too much. Okay. Flip that over. It's going to be like that. Okay. Okay, so this is what I have finished for today. And then I'll go ahead and finish it up tomorrow after everything is dry. Okay, I let this dry overnight. And this is nice and solid. That's not going anywhere. Epoxy works great. And this is glued together. And this on here, look at that. It looks nice with the marbles in there. I'm going to end up putting a hook up here on top. So I'm going to glue a couple more things together. Alright, so first I'm going to glue, I'm going to flip that over. And that's going to be a platform. And I'm going to put this on top of here, like that. This isn't a flat bottom, it's got bumps on it, but I think it'll be alright because I'm using epoxy. I'm just going to put it on all these bumps. Should be enough. Okay. So now I'm going to glue the top onto here. This is going to be the roof. And this will go on top of this one. Like that. So I'm going to glue that together. Okay. And that'll dry really fast. So I'm just going to make sure that's centered and then let that dry. Okay, so I let this dry overnight. It's nice and tight. I put the bottom one on here just for decoration, so I think that looks nice. Okay, so now I'm going to glue this, the roof, on top of here like that. And then I'll put the hook on top. Right. Using epoxy. I'm going to flip it upside down to do this because I want to make sure it's centered, and that's probably the best way to do it. Let's see. Yeah. So I'll do it this way. And then I'll probably pour a little bit more epoxy in there and let that dry before I put the hook in the top. So I put a little extra epoxy on here to make sure it holds tight. And I'll probably just let that dry overnight again and finish the rest tomorrow. Okay, so the last thing I'm going to do is put the hook in the top. So what I do, I have this eye hook, and I use a little bit of clay. So I rolled it up into a ball. I usually use putty, but right now I'm using this. It's Sculpey oven baked clay that I got from Walmart. It works just as good. So I rolled it into a ball, and I'm going to put it in the top here. And that's just to hold the eye hook up while the epoxy dries. So I'm going to push that into there, like that. Okay. Then use JB Weld epoxy, and then I'm going to pour it in there. I just made sure it was level with the top, and when that dries it'll be nice and strong. And here it is finished out in my garden. Looks really pretty with the sun behind it. That blue reflects on the design on the glass. The marbles.